got some wonderfully salacious deep state drama to share with you today, so sit back and enjoy. Today, the government of Thailand deported a 21-year-old Belarusian model. Her name was Anastasia Vashukevich. She allegedly was deported because she was running a romance and dating course there in Thailand without a work permit. So the idea that the government would arrest somebody for teaching an instructional course on dating without a permit, it's absolutely, utterly absurd. Vashukevich was picked up in Pattaya, which is a well-known sex tourism destination. I can say with certainty, though, that the government of Thailand, they didn't go arrest Vashukevich because she was holding a romance education retreat. This is a story that I've been following for about a year now, a little over a year actually. Certain parties in the Thai government have been paid off to extradite Vashukevich to Russia. And they've done it because of what she knows. You may recall my past reporting on how the blonde-haired Virginia Roberts came forward and helped to expose the child sex trafficking operations of Trump's longtime friend Jeff Epstein, right? Roberts was, as a teenager, she was working at Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida when Trump's neighbor and friend Jeff Epstein and Epstein's Mossad girlfriend slash madam, Ghislaine Maxwell, they were at Mar-a-Lago. They approached this young girl and they recruited her. They recruited her into what was a trafficking operation, and they ended up, over time, pimping her out to Epstein's elite friends, including Trump advisor Alan Dershowitz. And because of what she was doing, and who she was doing, Roberts saw a lot. She heard a lot. These were things being discussed by very powerful people. Well, the story of Anastasia Vashukevich is similar in that respect. She has got a big story to tell, a story that could bring down a very powerful Jewish Russian oligarch, an oligarch who is connected to not only Donald Trump, but also to Russian President Vladimir Putin. So when she was still a teenager, I think she was 18, 19 at the time, Vashukevich had a sexual relationship with this guy, with this particular oligarch. She served as his mistress for a period of time. And during that time, whether he knew it or not, she was recording some of the things that she was seeing, including a visit by some Americans who were connected to the Trump campaign, who came and visited with this particular oligarch and conspired with him to help swing the election in Trump's favor. Now, girls who know too much, who see the things that these men do, they often wind up dead. But Vashukevich, she kept her mouth shut, at least for a little while, and that was a good thing, I guess. Well, after Trump was elected in late 2016, Vashukevich, she initially kept her mouth shut about what she knew, but being young and stupid, or maybe you would say inexperienced, she published a memoir in February of 2018. It was published in Russian, detailing her tips on how to seduce an oligarch. And she talks extensively about her romance with this particular Jewish Russian oligarch in her book. Fortunately, she doesn't give the man's name, nor does she even use her real name herself. Instead, she writes the book under a pen name, Nastia Rybka. So I looked at the book on Amazon and took the summary and plugged it into Google Translate. And here is the choppy translation of the book summary. It reads, "The Diary of Poor Belarusian Student Nastia," in which she tells how seduced a billionaire is included in the list of 100 richest people in the world according to Forbes magazine. Nastia is more likely on a yacht to a billionaire. Having hired a coach to seduce, she, fulfilling all her tasks, falls in love with the oligarch. No, it's that simple. With her first successes, she seems to be a strong enemy, and moreover, Nastia learns that the boat did not hit by accident. Yes, she was chosen for a terrible experiment. Can she get out of this situation with such a coach? All the events described in the book really happen. Names of characters are classified at least in 10 years of simplicity or until the death of the author. Now, Vashukevich naively thought that if she just didn't mention this oligarch's real name, if she used a fake name herself, if she did not talk too specifically about the dirty things that she saw him doing, she would be okay. But immediately after this book went public, what happened was the Thai police swarmed into Pattaya and they arrested her. And she's been sitting in a blisteringly hot prison cell in Bangkok, Thailand since then. It's almost a year now. So the timing of her arrest says a lot, doesn't it? Once she started to speak out publicly, even in a non-direct way, powerful forces arranged for her to be jailed. They reached down into Thailand, paid some people off, and they went and they picked her up. She and her friends have repeatedly warned that her life is in danger because of what she knows. So to try and get out of this prison, Vashukevich wrote a letter to the U.S. consulate where she offers to give the Mueller investigation, the DOJ investigators looking into Russian conspiracy. She offered to give them information on the election conspiracy that she saw with her own eyes and that she actually recorded in exchange for getting her out of this Thai prison and preventing her from being extradited to Russia. That is what she's afraid of. She does not want to go to Russia. But today, that is exactly what